What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Rui back at it again with a New York Giants video. It's been a while. Been taking care of business, man. Got things to take care of. But, yeah, last night, first of all, like, subscribe, help me grow my channel, man. Last night I did a video, and it did not save. And it was so long, and I was like, I'm not going to do this tonight again. I'll do it today. So, here I am again, man. So, real quick, just some of the offseason moves that everybody already knows. Some of the signings, man, which have been great. Mike linebacker, inside linebacker, only 26 years old. Bobby Okereke has had over 280 tackles in the last 2 seasons. Great fit. Came from Indianapolis Colts. Giants signed him. Looks pretty good. I think it's like a 4-year deal, $22 million guaranteed, 4-year up to $80 million, something like that. But something that we needed. Needed to fill that inside linebacker really back because we haven't had none in the last several seasons. But he's young. He's only 26. It'll fit well in Wink Martindale's defense. We'll see how that goes. For me, one of the biggest signings that we can have, yeah, he's been injury prone for the last couple of seasons, especially with the hamstring, is Darren Waller, man, the tight end, ex-Raiders. But, of course, the Giants have got him, and they signing him, and that'll be a great number 1 weapon automatically coming out the gate for Daniel Jones besides Saquon. We still need to fill in the gaps for wide receivers. You know, like Joe Shane said, we're going to have to fill through. He still believes in the process of building through the draft. There's a mixture of wide receivers, small and tall, especially shorter wide receivers that have been in college working on the outside as 1 and 2s. You know, they're 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", real speedy, but they're more guys that look like they're going to be working a lot in the slot. Giants need that big number 1 wide receiver, that 1A, that alpha. You know, Giants are not going to find that through free agency, and some of these wide receivers are asking for too much. If you bring any of these guys, you know, let's just throw out the names, you know, like let's just say OBJ. Of course, DeAndre Hopkins, another name that's been thrown out there. Jerry Jeudy, another name that's been thrown out there. Even Juju, you know, well, I think he already, he's already going back to the AFC East. He's already signing, but like just take those wide receivers, man. I mean, especially like OBJ, man. I mean, they're talking about rumors, talking about he wants something close to like 15 or 20 mil. Bro, you've been injury prone a lot. Still a good wide receiver. But if you could bring somebody like an OBJ, less than 8 or 9 million, man, for a 1-year deal just to see where he's at, see if he can produce and stay healthy, yeah, I don't mind it. But I don't see the Giants going for any free agency on these wide receivers, man. They're going to build through the draft, get somebody, a wide receiver. You know, we're not going to have, we might not even have alphas for wide receivers, but we can mix in a good bunch of decent wide receivers, man, especially then bringing Sterling Shepard back for a 1-year contract. That's more beneficial for him, I think, because he can stay with the same rehab team. Go ahead and go through the rehab process and hopefully come back healthier because he got hurt last year, week 3, that Monday night football game against the Dallas Cowboys. So he might be ready to go for training camp. We'll see about that. But it's, you know, it's like they were saying on NewYorkGiants.com, it's more like a 1-year deal. It's a 1-year deal for the veteran minimum, which is like $1.3 million, which doesn't cost anything. But it's more to see if he can make the team. Just because he gets that 1-year deal doesn't mean he's going to make the 53-man roster. He'll be on the 90-man roster, but he has to work his way back to get on the team. And he's a good leader in the locker room. The Giants organization love him. So hopefully he can make the team, stay on the team, and he can play for us. But, yeah, being able to, you know, get Daniel Jones, yeah, it's 4 years, 160 up to 195, but 82 million is the only thing that's guaranteed out of that, and the Giants can get out of that contract after 2 seasons if Daniel Jones doesn't pan out. You know, this year and next year, you know, Giants are trying to help out Daniel Jones the best way they can. You know, what we're still lacking, you know, we could still get some linebackers. We still need that interior offensive line for better protection. We still need another corner. It's good we have the middle linebacker. We haven't had that in a long time. He could be the Mike linebacker, but it's good to have a good linebacker in there. He's not a guy who's going to sack a lot. Depending on Wink Martindale's defense, maybe he can, but he's only had 2 sacks, I think it is, in 4 seasons that he's played. But the big number is over 280 tackles in the last 2 seasons, man. 130 in 2021, 150 plus in 2022. And we'll see what happens with that, man. But hopefully, the Giants, Saquon Barkley, they can come up to a deal. I still think Saquon Barkley's in his prime and he's young. You know what I mean? 25, 26. You can still get him for a few more years, man. The New York Giants, and Saquon have until July 15th. Saquon to sign that tag, or for them to come up with a long-term deal for Saquon. Hopefully they do. They have until July 15th. So we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, the Giants right now have done some great offseason moves. Of course, they re-signed the plumber, the Scottish Hammer. I thought he was all right. I didn't think he was all that. He needs to get more hang time for me at times. But he's an okay punter, but we signed him. It didn't cost nothing, so why not? The Darren Waller situation, or the Darren Waller contract, look, if it doesn't pan out, I mean, that dude is an explosive tight end. Third in receiving yards since the 2019 season, only to Andrews and, of course, Travis Kelce, man, being number one. But when healthy, man, Darren Waller's an explosive freaking, to me, wide receiver playing tight end. To me, he's not the guy who's going to be the good run blocker because he plays in the slot a lot. He can also play on the outside, but mainly for just like the NFC East, man, with their tight ends, man, you got to get somebody real good, a cornerback, to go ahead and cover Darren Waller. Darren Waller can stretch the field. Darren Waller, I mean, he's phenomenal. So if he's healthy, man, it's good. And if it doesn't pan out and the Giants don't want him after this season, it is not even a cap hit on the 2024 season if they decide to part ways with Darren Waller after the season. But I hope it pans out because he'd be a great weapon and a great asset to the New York Giants, man, especially the Daniel Jones, man. And for Saquon Barkley, you're going to have that duo, man. I mean, Brian Daboll knows, being a tight ends coach in his time, he knows how he can use two tight ends, man, for the running game or for the passing game. And he did it, for Aaron Hernandez, let him rest in peace, and Rob Gronkowski when they were, hitting their prime and going into the Super Bowl against the Giants in 46, especially, even though the Giants, we beat them, of course. But he knows how he can use two tight end sets, especially Daniel Bellinger, who's a great run blocker, and somebody like Darren Waller who can stretch the field, man. So we'll see what happens with that, man. The New York Giants have done great things so far this offseason, man. The Joe Schoen front office, man, they know what the hell they're doing, man. Let's just keep going, moving better, man. We still got a lot of work to do, but, the Giants are far away from being a Super Bowl contender, but you want to at least have some consistency, keeping those players, these extensions that are coming up for next year for, like, Xavier McKinney, of course, Dexter Lawrence, some of these key guys that we could try to keep. We'll see. I guess we're going to find out when they're going to release, everybody knows, what's his name, Kenny Golladay. They have until that June 1st. See, they want to go ahead and take their medicine this year and take the full cap hit, or spread it on the 2 years if they don't release them until June 1st. So we'll see what happens with that, man. But the Giants are doing a great job. Big moves, man. Haven't seen big moves like this in a long time. So, we start time to grow, but consistency, man, is, trying to compete every year. You have to win in your division, man. We have to do a better job this coming up season, because last year we were 1-4-1, man. I'm talking about the regular season. 1-5-1 if you want to include the playoffs. But if you want to compete, man, you got to be competitive and win games in your division, man. So, and consistently, have something to build on, and consistently, try to keep making the playoffs and get better every year, because this is year one is done for rebuilding. Here comes year two. So, we'll see what happens, man, guys. Stay tuned. There'll be more off-season news as time keeps going on, man, guys. But until next time, peace.